You know, we're talking about all of this, but apparently people aren't just emotional about Taylor Swift right now because my friend Elmo sent out a tweet just asking, hey, just checking in, how is everybody doing? Well, he was met with an outpouring of responses about anxiety and grief and despair, everything that people are struggling with. So much so that Sesame Street ended up posting links to mental health resources so folks could reach out. But I mean, do we, you know, people are going through stuff.
Yeah.
They're just going through stuff, and maybe we need to follow Elmo's lead, and when we ask each other how we're doing, actually pay attention to what the answer is.
Maybe Miss Piggy should have an advice column.
Well, so what I would like to suggest to them is that if the adults are going through all of these kind of trauma, the kids must be having a hell of a time as well. And I love my Sesame Street people, and maybe it's time for Sesame Street to include a page for kids so they can reach out and say, you know, hey, I'm having a tough day, because I don't know how we fix this if we're not doing it for each other.
I think the kid part is a really crucial part. I mean, I raised kids during the pandemic that missed their proms, that missed their graduations, that had Zoom graduations. My son was valedictorian, didn't get to give that speech that everybody looks forward to. All those things. They missed so many milestones, and I think that they are disconnected from each other now because they had to rely on social media, and it's a hellscape, and that's a very depressing place to be. So it does sadden me that Elmo, the responses to Elmo are, I hate the world. You know, that's
or the world hates me, which is even harder.
Which is even worse.
Well, my friend Vicky and producer was joking. She goes, I feel like Elmo was asking casually, how are you? And everyone like took it seriously. And I said, all jokes aside, that's the important reminder here, is that when you say, how are you?
Mean it.
Mean it when you ask. And when someone asks you, pause. It doesn't mean you're sharing your soul with everyone you cross, but that pause is the gift and the difference between a reaction versus a response. So pause and make sure you listen when someone asks.
And I think it's so easy to just going about our daily lives to kind of be ships passing in the night and kind of maintain the superficial everything's okay, or are you okay, and then you kind of just pass by. But to really give that time to people to check in on them and to show up for them, I feel like everyone is going through something. Like, even if everything looks perfect on the outside, you don't know what the private struggle is. And also, like, I love that Sesame Street went to X, to Twitter, a hellscape, a place that every time I get on, my blood pressure goes up, my sadness goes up. And they're like, we're going to check in on people in a toxic environment and give them a space to talk about how they're feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's important.
I mean, you're a big believer in therapy.
Well, I said that in the last segment. Get a shrink. I mean, that's the answer. That and action. Those are my two things. If you feel depressed, do something. Get out, get up, and do something.
Help someone else. Help someone else.
But also, we also have to talk to people who really don't have a way to do that. And it's not about the money. Sometimes it's about time. You're working 2 jobs and you got 3 kids. You don't have time. But we have to make sure that when we know folks like that, we've got to check in with them. We got to check in with those people.
Are there free therapy? There are clinics. I mean, when I first started
it's the time. It's not the money. It's just if you're.
It's just an hour a week. And you can Zoom it
but
now.
if you can, if you have to, if you have more than one child.
WHOOPI was talking that her friend, the character in Elmo, the character SeSame Street, they came and asked her, how are you doing? How is everyone doing? And they discovered that a lot of people have a lot of mental issue. A lot of people exchange it. A lot of people came and respond how depressed they were, how nobody was checking on them, how they are very lonely, how it was sent. So all those people that wrote, it was being sent to the mental health to see how they can do to help people. They try to explain that sometimes some people have mental health, but they keep it to themselves. They don't tell nobody. The world has people are passing through many things. The internet now is full of People now have missed that connection with human being since after the COVID. People now connected to the media, and the media cannot be compared to one-on-one people. So according to Whoopi, she was advising that sometimes it's not the advice, sometimes not the money. Sometimes people just want that connection. People are looking for friends, they want that one-on-one. She gave an example about a single mother that have 3 children, is all by herself. Sometimes we just have to call and check, hey, how are you doing? Do you want me to help you make that egg? Some people just want that touch. Then they gave an idea is that they were going to do that for kids also. Most of the times, kids are passing through a lot of trauma. They don't even know who to talk to. One of them explained about her kid. They did not go for their prom. They could not give their speech during graduation. They did everything on Skype, on Zoom, and it has never been the same. And they miss that connection. So a lot of kids are even going through depression. Because of that, after that period, life never became back the same. Life is different. People are not connected to human being. Rather than connecting to human being, people are connecting but to the wall. So she just went. People are connected but to the internet. They don't have that feeling for human being again like the same. So all of them just went ahead and they were saying how depressing the world is, how the social media have overtaken the world, how people, you could see that the mental health of people is being affected. And most people, Elmo is showing that most people have that stress, most people are depressed, most people have lost touch with human being because of the Zoom. After COVID-19, the internet became the number one reliability that most people want to rely on. So wherever you're watching from, I don't know what you're passing through. I don't know the problem that you have. Do you really support that Elmo should also ask this for kids? Are you in support of that kids also need to be asked this and to hear their own response? And what is the solution you think can be done to help those people who are being depressed, to help people that need that connection, to help some people they don't even know what to do. Sometimes they advise that get up and go out and walk if you're depressed. Sometimes it's more than that getting up and walking out. So what do you think? What do you think can help the mental health of most people, apart from money, apart from getting up and going outside and walk? Let me see your own comment on the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless you.